we'll start off. I am Byron Lacy, and I'm an abductee, and I've been abducted or visited since 1956. I have a book called Chosen Chronicles of an Alien Abductee, and I was asked by the clown Ron Anderson to interview this man, Dr. Robert Shiepe, and he said he has a lot of interesting information to share with us. So, Dr. Robert, is it all right if I call you that?
Yes,
If would you
yes,
like to
that's fine.
would you like to tell everybody who you are?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And thank you to all the viewers for tuning in. I am a pharmacist in Los Angeles. I've been in Los Angeles my whole life, 66 years. And I started the first mail order pharmacy in 1986, right here. It went nationwide and it went global. So it was very successful. I retired in 2012. And 5 years later, 2017, we had an unusual event happen in Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles. Marina Del Rey, we had the Army and the Coast Guard came in with helicopters. They were here for 2 weeks, looking, and looking over the boats, over Marina Del Rey. And I finally took out my camera and I recorded these very small, fast UAPs flying around our helicopters. And this has been going on ever since. And it's still happening right now every day. It has not stopped. And these small UAPs are about 10 inches. They're about 2,000 miles an hour, no sonic boom. They triggered the X and K band spectrum. That was confirmed by the Pentagon on April 19th. And literally, the government is here every day still trying to chase these small UAPs. And obviously, no luck because they're still flying in the air. And that's a quick summary. And this is a very serious issue, very serious. Byron, let me share something. I wasn't going to bring it up, but whenever I do these podcasts, my TV starts to type what we are saying, and my
That,
TV is turned off.
wow.
It just now happened, and I wasn't going to bring it up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to interpret that. My TV is completely turned off. It is plugged in, but it's turned off. And it just started typing what I was saying. I don't know what that is. I'm a pharmacist, not an engineer, so I don't know. Is that something built in by Zoom? What
No,
is it? Only happens when I do these UFO podcasts. It's I'm baffled.
I think it's some
I'm
kind of a
very,
confirmation that you're supposed to be doing this from them.
yeah. Well, you know what? I have thought of that. It could be these UAPs. That's their way of talking to us. I don't really think that's so much the government. I don't know if the government has that technology to even do that. That's uh, it's too odd. And normally, I have left my camcorder on, recording my TV for proof, but I've done it so many times I don't do it anymore because I could show you. I can do during the pictures I show you. I'll pull up a few of those screenshots. But if I raise my hand and go TV, that's what I mean. It's now typing. So it types for 5 seconds and then it stops. So maybe that is confirmation by these UAPs that, which is kind of cool.
Yes,
Oh, there we
definitely.
go. Go. Which would be, it's funny, it's kind of cool. Just did it.
They were confirming that
I,
it's a confirmation.
amen. I think you're right. Okay. Beautiful. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. it's I don't know what to say here. But if you, I tell you what, if you go to the pharmacy and you have a pharmacist you trust, uh, let me be your pharmacist because what I'm saying is all real. Yeah. So yeah. So since last 6 years, I've recorded over 4,000 videos of helicopters chasing these small UAPs. And I call them dragons because 6 years ago, I was absolutely positive they were dragonflies or they had to be dragonflies, flying too close to the camera, parallax, etc. But I got a better camera, better equipment, and these are not insects, not even close. And they're certainly not birds. I record birds all the time. Birds are easy. Even insects and dragonflies are easy. Occasionally, 3 or 4 times a year, I'll record a real insect. Insects are in Los Angeles, very hard to record. Very hard. So this is where I'm at. So you can ask me a million questions. I'll answer all of them.
Well,
Yes.
first, would you tell me who the clown Ron Anderson is? Because he
Okay.
approached me as a mystery on one of the chat channels. Instant
Okay. Well,
Messenger.
Ron Anderson. Yeah, Ron Anderson's one of my viewers. If you look on my channel, Custodian File YouTube, I have like 7,500 subscribers. And a lot of them are very serious, and Ron is one of them. He's very serious about this research, and he's helping me get the word out. I've done as much as one person can do. I'm the only civilian in the United States that has given these UAP Dragon lectures at an Air Force base right here in Riverside, California. I don't know how he got that lucky. The universe, synchronicity. My videos have been on Discovery Channel, Fright Club, Season 1, Episode 2. I've been on many podcasts. A lot of people all over the world are sending me their dragon video. I've taught them how to record them. It's not just Los Angeles. Whenever you see a helicopter, all you have to do is take your phone, hold it sideways, zoom in halfway, record for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You will see a tiny dot. That dot will be the small UAPs flying by at 2,000 miles an hour. So that's the easy answer to sum it up. I'm going to show you a lot of pictures, a lot of video.
And they give off a heat signature, is what you were saying a minute ago, too.
They're giving off a tiny heat signature. It's hard to say exactly. Maybe the equivalent, it's hard to say. I would guess it's a very low heat signature, maybe a 200-watt light bulb. But the Army and the police, the Coast Guard, they have really expensive, sensitive heat thermal cameras that can see the trail they leave behind. So that's why the Army and the Coast Guard are here. They can see the trail, and they're doing their best every day to try to chase and capture or stop these UAPs. So these UAPs leave a heat trail, they leave a sound trail, and they leave an X-band, K-band trail. The sound trail is a clicking sound on the video, a click. I have all those videos. So they're not totally invisible, but very hard to detect and pretty much impossible to detect if it wasn't for someone like myself giving the information away and teaching people on how to record them. It really is that simple. Your cell phone will record. You don't have to have an expensive camcorder. It helps, but if you have a cell phone, that will get the job done. Cell phones are very sophisticated now. Their cameras are beyond outstanding. There's a reason why they charge you $1,500 for a cell phone. It's the camera. It's that friggin' camera that can take impossible pictures. So 4K, 60 frames will get the job done. Absolutely. That's actually how I captured some of my first videos with a cell phone. And I perfected it. I have a heavy science background, being a pharmacist, and I perfect things. I think about it, I make it better, and it's not a coincidence that I have 4,000 videos. These things are very predictable, when and where they will be. Extremely predictable. It's like going to a horse race. You're going to see horses run, a very predictable cause and effect. Well, in Marina del Rey, when helicopters fly by, you will see these things fly by. And real quick, what I do, there's an app called Plane Finder, planefinder.net. It's free. It shows you the location of every airplane in the world. And you don't have to be a pilot. You don't have to be a licensed pilot, which is kind of odd.
Yeah.
But in fact, looking at it right now, yeah, we just had a helicopter actually circle Marina del Rey. It's not tourism. So that's all you do, no matter where you live, planefinder.net. When you see a helicopter coming your way, record it. It's really is that simple. You don't have to do anything more complicated.
And
You'll see these things fly by.
It can be any kind of helicopter.
Any kind, Army, tourism, city helicopters, every helicopter gets reconned or tagged. A tag is when the small UAPs fly by. They fly into the frame. They get tagged. And I mean any helicopter or aircraft. So Ospreys, Apaches, Black Hawks, Seahawks. Seahawks are Navy helicopters. They're designed to hunt submarines. They are here in Marina del Rey looking for these small dragons. I have all that video. At any time, anyone can reach out and say, Robert, show me that video. I don't believe you. No problem. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'll send you the videos. I have 4,000. Do what you want. Post them, repost them. This is for humanity. This is not for me. I'm not doing this for fame or money. Again, I started the mail order pharmacy business and I'm retired. So it was a great business. So this is for humanity. Get the information out. There's a lot of smart people watching right now. They can analyze my videos. They can carry the ball forward because I don't want to keep doing this. I mean, this is for humanity. I need everyone's help. Let's brainstorm this together. That's what this is. So anytime, custodianfile@gmail is my Gmail, is my address, custodianfile@gmail. So I'll be happy to answer or show you all the video you want. I'll blow your mind here. You're going to see some amazing videos.
It sounds really
Probably
interesting.
the best thing is to start with photos. I've made up a new format called interpolation photos. Interpolation photos. What I do is I take each frame of a video and I put it on one screenshot. Copy, paste, copy, paste. I have between 20 and 40 copy and paste on one screenshot. So you can see where the UAP Dragon started and where it ended. Interpolation photos. You will love those. I have 400 of those photos, and I'll be happy to share them with you really quickly. They say a lot. They really tell the story. It's very time consuming. And there goes my TV right now. They really tell the story. This is going to be a fun interview.
Are you ready to show us some pictures now?
Absolutely. Let's start. Okay. I'm going to hit screen share. Share. Let me go to my file, picture file, interpolations. This is in no particular order.
Okay.
Okay, here's a video. This is oh yeah, a viewer of mine, he invented some new software. Pablo, I think that's South America. Look at that. This is one of my favorite ones. Look at this. I really like this guy's a software engineer. Look what he invented for me. This is the video
Wow.
I showed the Air Force. When they saw this one, they were very excited. This is when I was invited to give lectures. It was this video. I showed them 50 videos, but this is the one for some reason. Now you see these shiny sparks?
Right.
Some people go, yeah, some people go, well, those got to be wings on a bug. Those are wings on a bug. No, these things are running on electricity. So this is plasma jets, electrons. That's how they fly. They don't fly for free. There's no free kinetic energy. There's no free energy in the universe. Not free. Energy is transformed from source to another source. So that's what these are. These are plasma jets. So you're going to see these a lot. Let's go to the next here. Here's a helicopter flying over my roof. He gets tagged. We copy and paste, copy and paste. Go to the next here. I try to shoot through a lot. Let's see. Here's the paracel. Everything gets tagged. If it's over 150 feet, it will get tagged or reconned by a Dragon. It doesn't just have to be an airplane. A paracel, a bird, a banner, a kite, an earth drone, they will all get recon. And if I don't show you the earth drones getting recon, remind me, please, because there's a lot I want to show you as quickly as possible. So the paracel is at 150 feet. I knew he would get tagged. That's why I'm recording it. So see, there's a bird right there on the left. And we should see a Dragon fly by. There he comes, right off the ground. There we go. He came off the ground and landed. That was unusual. Usually it's just a 45-degree shot. This is kind of nice. I like it going up and going down like that. Look at that.
Really?
Unbelievable. Look at that. Yeah, all very predictable. All this is predictable. Here's one of my earliest interpolations. This is the LAPD. The LAPD, they get tagged a lot because they're here the most. Yeah. So this is one of my first interpolations, and then they get better and better because it's trial and error.
Right.
But that was one of my first ones. All right. Here is the Navy Seahawk. These things hunt submarines. They are here looking. Look at this. They are here. They're looking. They're looking for this UAP Dragon. Let me enlarge it. Can you believe this? Can you see that picture pretty clear?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, okay. That's why he's here. This Navy Seahawk is not flying by because he has nothing to do. He's flying by looking for these guys. And these guys are more than happy if you fly over the jetty rocks. The jetty rocks are right here, right at the beach. If you fly over those jetty rocks, you're going to get tagged by this UAP Dragon. Really predictable. I can't stress it enough. Again, that's why I have 4,000 videos.
Right.
This is the Highway Patrol. This is the Highway Patrol. He's getting tagged by a Dragon. So there's something called plane of focus. Plane of focus. So the camera is focused on the helicopter, but the UAP is out of focus because it's much closer to my camera. So that's why it looks fuzzy, plane of focus. But let me show you, I have a lot of pictures here. This is, they're on YouTube. They're all over YouTube. They love to go to Blue Angel air shows. They love air shows, especially the Blue Angels in Chicago. So I watch the Blue Angels on YouTube just to find extra Dragon video, and this one's San Francisco. And look what happens here. Look at this white orb dragon. He's booking it. Look at that. The Blue Angels are what, going like 300-400 miles an hour right here. Look at this thing, just totally overtaking our jets like they're sitting still. That's rare. It's a white orb, very rare. Very rare. Let's shoot through the next. Okay, this is an Earth drone. Remember I said Earth drones get tagged? Here, let me back up. Okay, so Earth drones get tagged. The Earth drone is actually right here. A contractor I know was in the neighborhood. He took his Earth drone. He launched it. I recorded it. I knew it would get tagged by this UAP. This UAP comes right off the ground, this Dragon, and he purposely eclipsed the Earth drone right here. In other words, the Dragon is communicating to us, and they're saying, if you humans are so smart, you realize that we are so skillful that we can eclipse the Earth drone and you can't even see it. This is not by accident. That's the message here. Here is a UAP. I don't think it's a drone. I think this is some kind of small ship. This is a UAP I found in Chicago watching the Blue Angels. Very impressive. Maybe you remember 6 months ago, we shot down a balloon over Chicago airspace.
Right.
The pilot, those Chinese balloons. And before the pilot shot it down, he said, I see it. It's a black hexagon. It's a black hexagon. I'm going to shoot it down. Well, look at this ship. It looks like it's somewhat pointed and triangled. I think he could have been talking about this ship, the black hexagon. I mean, if I saw that, I'd call it a black hexagon. So this is what our pilot was talking about, and this is, he claims to have shot down. Remember the first missile miss?
Mm-hmm.
He said the first missile missed, and he had to use a second one. This is, I think, what he was shooting at. I don't think he hit it either, but that's another story. And so these are all on YouTube. I'm going to show you. Great. Here is the Blue Angels, Orange County, California. And look what flies by. Because I searched through the Blue Angel videos. Look what I found. Get ready. Here it comes. There it goes. Look at that. Right here at the friggin' beach. It's coming right off the ground. Look at that. And as it goes faster, it does get larger, which is exactly what our physics says. The faster something goes, the more mass it accumulates. Look at this, right at the beach. Now, maybe you've never been to the beach in California, but there's no such thing as bugs or insects at the beach. Very predictable. Look at this thing. They're universal. They're all over the world. All over the world. Very predictable. And it's always the same shape. Never changes. Now, to make it even harder to believe, 1,000 feet away where the pier is, there was somebody standing there with their camera looking this way and recorded the same thing. So let me see if I have it here. I should. Yes. There it is. Mm-hmm. Look at that. standing at the pier looking the other way. Now you could say, you go, no, 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 that's a bug, that's a bug. No, no. These things are extremely predictable. There are small UAPs flying right in front of us, and we'll never know it. Unless somebody tells you, we'll never know it. Here, that's from my roof camera. Well, look at this. This is my roof camera recording the same thing.
Wow.
I have my main camera on my balcony, and then my roof camera records the same thing. So that's how you know it's not a bug. They're two different cameras, 40 feet apart. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have a bird right here. We have a bird, we have the police helicopter, we have the Dragon just flying by. Every day, this has been going on every day for 6 years. 6 years, every day. Dude. Oh, the police helicopter, the LAPD is in front of my house right now. Shoot. He just flew by.
No.
Darn it. Oh, I just missed out on some good video. I'm gonna look at my roof camera after. Oh, look at that TV is typing what I'm saying right now too. Let me write down the time. 4:33. I'll look at my roof camera later. Wow, that's crazy. That's really rare, Byron. They normally don't fly that close to my camera anymore. Wow, we just missed some good video. Yeah, LAPD 913. If you look on Plane Finder, you can still see him. He's right there. Wow, that was a nice treat. God, here, let me show you some more interpolations. Wow, that was good video I just missed. Can you still see this?
Yes.
Yeah, let me see. How do I enlarge the screen here? Darn it. I hate missing good video. That was a good video we just missed. Okay, I don't know how to enlarge the screen here. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's all right. So this is a news chopper. This is a news chopper flying by. The chopper gets tagged. Let me go to the next here. This is a Dragon in Ukraine. By Ukraine scientists did this. As a matter of fact, I think the astronomers in Ukraine, they interpolated this photo. It came from behind the tree. So I think they're watching my video and they got the idea to interpolate UAPs because nobody's interpolating UAPs. I'm the only one, but this is the exception. This is the exception here. So it's all over the world. A blimp. Blimps get tagged all the time. Look at this. Now, what made this extra special? This was last year during the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. And the government, the FAA and Homeland Security, they had a strict no-fly policy. Nobody could fly in the air, no exceptions. They made an exception for this blimp, obviously with permits, but no exceptions. My point is, this Dragon is just flying around all over Los Angeles when nothing is supposed to be in the sky. Nothing. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Everybody gets reconned or tagged. They're reconning our aircraft. That's what's going on. I think this was I think that was a restaurant, this blimp, for what it's worth. Look at this one, the zigzag or
Wow.
non-ballistic. Non-ballistic. Yeah. That's what the Air Force asked me about. They said, do you ever see any non-ballistic is when they just don't go, when they turn. Um, I said, yeah, I have pictures like that. I have video. They're rare. They're hard to come by. But here it is. Look at that. Now you notice it went right under the helicopter. Well, right under the helicopter is where the camera is. So I would assume it purposely flew in front of the police camera. It wanted to be seen. It was saying, look at me. I'm right in front of you. So if their cameras have a video on it, then you could assume the police have really good video. They have better video than I do. They have better video than I do. Yeah. I hope someday, I hope they show me their video.
Yeah,
I
really.
mean, they're looking at mine. They're looking at mine. I hope they show me yours. Same scenario. Let me see here. What do we have here? We have two. We have two UAPs. One's closer to the camera than the other. Same thing. Yeah, I forget. I think this was a news chopper also. Yeah, we just missed some really good video, Byron. Oh, these are movie choppers. What they're doing, they're coming in now. You see the little camera, you see those are cameras right there at the tip of the choppers.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to tell you, it looks like one of the TV networks are renting helicopters and they're filming this stuff. They're going to put it on TV. I mean, they haven't told me about it, but expect to see this a couple of years on TV from now, maybe 2025. They're accumulating a lot of video. They're getting ready. As soon as the Pentagon says you can put this on TV, they're going to. That's what they're getting ready for. They're probably not even going to ask for my video. They're just going to say, we have our own, Robert. That's okay. But again, I've already been on the Discovery Channel. So they've already put my stuff on TV. Goodyear blimp, non-ballistic. How do you do that going 2,000 miles an hour? How do you fly like that?
Really?
You can't. You can't. It's upside down. Sorry. Here we go. Twin Dragons. That's the LAPD. 5%, maybe 3% of the time, I will record twin dragons flying by. Why they do that, I don't know. That's are they playing around? Are they sending a message? Are they? I can't see. You can imagine the technology in one dragging. So why would you need two? It makes no sense. I have no clue. I mean, theoretically, one dragon could probably, it's pretty scary. One dragon could probably, literally paralyze an aircraft carrier. So why you would have two, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, Goodyear blimp. I knew he'd get tagged. It's like I said, it's very predictable. Very predictable. Two of them here, police helicopter. Feel free to repost this anytime and share. This is one I found on YouTube. Police, this is a fire department. This is the fire department. I believe this is Burbank, California. Very predictable. They're all over the world. Again, very predictable. This looks like this could be a bird right here. It's getting tagged by a dragon. I'm sorry, do you have any questions you want me to answer while we're doing this?
No, I think you should go ahead and talk about it. I have some more questions, but
Okay,
they're not about the dragon.
okay, this is tourism. Again, we get tourism, and when they fly in, now I don't want to make it sound like 100% of the time. Some days it's 100%. On my slowest days, it's 30%. But on the average, 80% on any given day. So very predictable. People are sending me their videos from all over the world, and they're telling me they're getting video on their first try. And I ask people, don't give up on your first try. Uh, Record 5 or 10 or 15 videos. Don't give up on your first. But a lot of them are saying, I got it on my first try, Robert. Chinooks. The military's here all the time. Let's try to go faster because I know your viewers like want to see. It's overwhelming. I can't stress this enough. It's LAPD again, overwhelming. This one was extremely close to the camera. Now again, granted, you could like, oh no, that's got to be a bug. Let me say something. Those are assumptions. Those are assumptions in science. That is not empirical evidence. Assumptions have an appropriate application in science, but they are not empirical evidence. My point is, I have no bug video. There is no real bug video, a standard, a baseline to compare real bug video to this. It does not exist yet. This is just what it looks like when they fly too close to the camera. And this is the LAPD. Again, you record helicopters, you're going to record dragons. These wings, again, it's propulsion. Now, some people think, well, no, Robert, it's really for steering. There might be two mechanisms of action. One's of levitation, and the other one is to steer. That may be. I don't know. I'm not a nuclear physicist. I'm not even sure if a nuclear physicist knows what's going on. I'm just saying with 100% certainty, these things are in our sky, and you can record them. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if they're from another planet or if they're from our future. I don't care. I'm indifferent to it. Yeah, I remember this day. He was here 20 minutes just flying around. Sometimes I can imagine these pilots, they get pretty mad because they can see these things. And, I don't blame them for getting frustrated. I would be frustrated too because they're flying around. They're saying, I don't have time for this nonsense. Who's doing this? Who is doing this? And that's the purpose of my videos. Who is doing this? Who's flying these things? Here's the sheriff. This one was a little scary because this is the sheriff Black Hawk that they use, unfortunately or fortunately, when they're going to jump on someone's roof and 8 guys are going to jump out of the helicopter. Well, that's what was happening here. They were going to jump on someone's roof because the assumption is these dragons are being controlled by an earth person. It has to be, right? If you are a police officer,
Right.
these have to be a person, an earth person. So the police don't deal with paranormal science. Their assumption is 100% this is from an earth person, and we are going to find that earth person and we're going to jump on their roof. What's scary about that is there could be a misunderstanding, and they have these weapons with them, and someone's going to say, well, there was an accidental discharge. It's, God forbid, I hope it never happens, but if you ever hear about a very bad story in Marina del Rey involving law enforcement, it will have been based on a misunderstanding and an accidental discharge. It's scary. Fortunately, the sheriff department has stopped doing this now.
Yeah.
pretty much as if we don't want to be involved with UFOs anymore. Leave us alone. Don't call us. Just don't call us. Because they made an effort for a long time. But at this point, uh, they don't want to be bothered anymore, and I don't blame them. It's not their job to be chasing UFOs. It's really not. Twin Dragons from 2020. This is a fire department water dropper. This is one of those heavy droppers, literally like a Niagara Fall water dropper. This was like 30 miles from my house. I was having coffee in the San Fernando Valley. I saw this thing. I pulled out my camera, and this flows. It's, again, very predictable. It's just very predictable. It's at the point, Byron, that when I record helicopters and I don't record a dragon, I'm puzzled. Like, why didn't the dragon fly by? I'm puzzled by that. So again, this is not just accidental. This is from YouTube, Burbank, California. These are 2 fire departments. Yeah, the fire departments, they get tagged a lot. This is, same thing, Burbank, California. Landing, just an airplane landing. They get tagged. Here are 2 ospreys. Look at this. I think this one was also Burbank, California. I call these zigzags. When they don't fly straight, I just call them zigzags. LAPD. We know they're about 10 inches. We know the pilot's helmet's 10 inches. Or the camera right here is 10 or 12 inches. So this thing is between the chopper and my camera. It's probably 300 feet from the helicopter, roughly. You see how predictable these is? I mean, I understand if I only had one video, then people would say, "Oh, Robert, that's a bird, that's a bug," and I understand that, but again, this has been going on 6 years. I have 4,000 videos, very predictable. It is what it is. This is happening. It is what it is. Parasails. This is tourism. More tourism. Coast Guard. I like the Coast Guard. Same spot. Right here. The jetty rocks are right here. You fly over Marina del Rey. If you fly over the jetty rocks, you're going to get tagged. Simple as that. Let's see. This is an analysis of a dragon. That's fine. Everyone wants to do analysis. Oh, this is one of my better videos because the weather was clear. It was a blue sky. With good weather, I get good video. Oh. Needless to say. Very predictable. Look at that. Very predictable. I love that. I love blue skies. We don't have that many blue skies anymore. I don't know, not like we used to in Los Angeles. We don't have them. So this is a treat. And again, if I think this one I found on YouTube, Burbank, California. If anyone wants copies, I'll be more than happy. More than happy. Just ask. This is for all people. This is for humanity. This is the way I look at it. God gave this to me, and I'm the custodian, and I'm going to share it with everyone. So, simple as that. Let's see. We have an airliner. We have a helicopter. So the helicopter and the airliner are out of focus, but the Dragons is in focus. It's called plane of focus again. Twin Dragons. Oh, Channel 4, NBC News. This is NBC News here. Channel 4 again. This is hard to come by. News choppers. News choppers are very hard to come by. Why are they hard to come by? Because they fly with their GPS radio transponder turned off. So they're not on plane finder. They're flying invisible. So if I can't see them coming, statistically, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. So that's what makes this so good. And this is a jet leaving LAX. So this means the helicopter was over the Jetty Rocks, because LAX is to my left and the Jetty Rocks are right here. Very predictable. This is an interpolation from YouTube. I made this. This is Edwards Air Force Base, Palmdale, California. This UAP, very odd, this chevron chopstick UAP was being chased by 3 F-18s. 3 F-18s. And I was able to find that video. Nobody knows that's there. Oh, here's a real dragonfly. Why do I call them dragons? Because 6 years ago, this is what I was seeing, or this is what I thought I was seeing. But as you can tell, this is no comparison. A real dragonfly has a long tail, like a scorpion. It has 4 wings. It's sloppy. Look how it flies. It's a very sloppy flight. Very predictable. But I put that in there as a comparison, as a baseline, as a control group. So, because you need things to compare things to. You need insects and you need real UAPs. You have to compare them. So you might say this is a bug video. This is my bug video. Bugs look like bugs. It's as simple as that. Bugs look like bugs. This one, I don't know what it is. It's very odd. It's one of a kind, so I don't even want to comment on it. It's very odd. I interpolated it. Maybe in the future I'll figure out what it is. This is very odd indeed. Super. Twin dragons, more twin dragons, more UAPs. You see how consistent this is? Are you kind of picking up the vibe at this point? Something's going on. Something really ridiculous is going on. Oh, here's a great one. It was a windy day 2 years ago. I'm just recording the hawk because it's like 35-mile-an-hour winds and the hawk is not moving. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Birds can do that. They're not even moving. And look what flies in the background. So I interpolated the video. I think this is a triangle UAP. Why do I think that? Because look how it sways to the right at the same time. And then up here, it sways to the left at the same time. So I think this is a triangle, a really big triangle ship. Very rare, 2 white orbs and a black orb. I don't even know how to interpret it. I'm just saying this is what I'm recording, and just let other smart people interpret it. And of course, I have the original video to all these. That's how I made the interpolations. I have the original video. Space shuttle. I didn't record this, but the space shuttle over Los Angeles. You can look at the video on YouTube. And sure enough, they fly over LAX and gets tagged by a dragon. Very predictable. Balloons get tagged. Very common. Everything over 150 feet. Here's a very rare picture. I call this a solo when there is nothing in the sky. I do not recommend recording empty sky because it's too hard. It's too time consuming. Just record helicopters, airplanes. You'll have better luck, much better luck. Paracel, very predictable. This is a purple balloon. A purple balloon getting tagged. Amazing, right? Here's a rare video. 3 years ago, this jet, LAX, its engine blew out. It had to do an emergency landing. It was throwing away its fuel, and while it was dumping its fuel, a dragon flew by, got tagged. Very rare video. I have the video of its engine blowing up from my roof camera. Very rare. All right. Fire department, again, very typical, very predictable. Here's a good one. Look how close it came. This is the LAPD. Look how close it came. It's like right here. It's almost as if it's painted on the helicopter.
Really?
Look at that. Gosh. Look at that. It looks like it's painted on. This is eerie. It's just eerie. Now, by the way, I understand if this is scary. I respect that. I'm not going to say don't worry about it, calm down. I was scared for 100 days. For 100 days. Look at that. My TV's typing for 100 days. Not sure. Could you rephrase it? That TV is funny. But after 100 days, the fear goes away. It's like after 100 days, your brain says, okay, what are you scared about now? Just right. They're not here to harm us. They're just, but I get it. If you want to be scared for 100 days, that's fine. But also, I get it that we are being reconned. There's a reason. So I'm not going to, some of your viewers might say, Robert, don't be so naive. I mean, if we're being reconned, it could come back and bite us someday, and you might be right. You might be right. So that's another thing. Would you prefer not to know or know that they're here? Okay, I think a lot of us would prefer to know that they're here. I would. Now that we know they're here, yeah, I would. Now that we know, let's share the information. Let's figure out a way. Let's study their behavior, their psychology. The Pentagon can put thousands of these videos into an AI computer. We can study them. We already know how to predict where they will be. We know how to bait them. Let's study. Let's make an effort. Let's make an effort. If we make a 1% effort, at least we can come up with an energy weapon to defend ourselves if we need to. If we need to. It's either that or do nothing. Would you prefer just to do nothing? That's not what humans do. We want to make the effort. So who knows? Maybe right now maybe they are trying to figure out a defense. Maybe they are. I can't speak. I'm sure it's technically top secret if we are trying to make weapons, energy weapons. But I hope we are too. I hope we are. But it's better than doing nothing. Nothing is not acceptable. Here's a nice interpolation. Pretty good weather. Phenomenal. The reason why it looks like it's closer together is because the helicopter is far away. So I'm shooting 60 frames a second. So how many frames are here? Roughly, here's half. From here to here, about 20 frames. So about 40 frames. If I'm shooting 60 frames a second, that is 2/3 of a second. 2/3 of 1 second. Not even 1 second video. That's why we need to know. Paracels again. LAPD. See, at 2,000 miles an hour, it's theoretically impossible to fly in a curve. in this short of a distance.
Wow.
But they're doing it. They're doing it. Parasails. Here we go. Now this is, when I said earlier, everyone gets tagged, everything, or anything over 150 feet. So when the president comes to Los Angeles, he flies over Marina del Rey and he gets tagged. That's what this is. He flies in Marine 1, Marine 2. We don't know which one he's in, but almost with 100% certainty, if you record, he's going to get tagged. And I have a lot of these videos. I have a lot. Phenomenal, right? So some of you might say, this is a DARPA dark project, a black project, top secret. And this was developed by DARPA, and we're flying them around our military. We're testing our military. I get that. There's some logic in that. But why would we be flying them over the president's helicopter?
Yeah, really.
Who would do that kind of test? Who would do that? The president again, from a different angle. The other one was in front of my house, and this one's from behind my house. He gets 3 Ospreys, 2 Marine 1s, Marine 1, Marine 2, but nevertheless, they're leaving the airport. Very predictable, very typical. No exceptions. Everyone gets tagged. Look at this one. This is pretty darn close. This might be the Dragon right here. It looks like it could be. It's very time consuming to copy, paste, copy. I spent a lot of time, a lot of money. I'm getting nothing back. But I don't care about that. It's for humanity. I don't care about that. Oh, here's a really rare good one. Really rare. Coming off the ground. You can almost start to see the detail. Just phenomenal. I found this exact video in Seattle, flying with the Blue Angels. This exact video. Seattle Blue Angels. Maybe that will pop up, but this is really, really good. See, this is what I'm talking about. The Pentagon could study this, put it in a supercomputer. We can figure out what is going on here. These plasma jets, you know, when they're pointed up, when they're pointed down, what's going on? What's the mechanics? What's the mechanics going on here? You know, what is, again, it would probably take 50 or 100 nuclear physicists to figure this out, but it can be figured out. I'm so convinced of that. I don't care if this is 1,000 years or 5,000 years ahead of us. We can figure this out. 100. Oh, here's the Seattle picture. Beautiful. Beautiful. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This is the Blue Angels. They're doing a starburst. This is when they're ending their air show. Very hard to come by, but look at this. This is Seattle a couple years ago, Marina del Rey this year. It's eerie. I mean, it's eerie. Too coincidental. Look at that. Some of you might think, oh, am I a CGI genius? Is that how I'm doing this? No, I'm just a regular pharmacist. What can I say? I started the mail order pharmacy business. I mean, I did a lot of good when I was working. I did a lot of good. I specialized in infectious disease. So I was able to, I treated a lot of HIV patients, and I was able to use my talent to help a lot of patients where there was no help available. It worked out well. Look at this. I'm really impressed. I got to tell you, I'm really impressed by this. This is one of the better 2 videos. Remember this one, April 7, 2023. It'll be a long time before I get a video that good again. A long time. Because I've been recording this for 6 years, and this is the only one I have. Wow. That's really, really good. Here we go. My wife's walking around the corner, like 3 blocks away. She sees the LAPD. So I taught her, just take out your camera, landscape, record. Look right here. There's a bird right here. So the bird is just flying. He barely moved, and this dragon just comes in like a rifle shot. Anyone can do this. Anyone can. Please give it a try. Take the Dragon Challenge. And by the way, if you're lucky enough to actually record a real bug, please send that to me, because I'm trying to collect real bug video. They're hard to get. Very hard to get. But look, anyone can do this. I've got 5 emails today from all over the world. People are sending me their dragon video from all over the world. Just phenomenal. POTUS, that's the president. Here's the president getting tagged. Oh, I think this was one of my viewers. The president flew over their house, recorded, again, the Marine one, and it got tagged. It's a predictable science. Very predictable science. I believe that is an Apache. Yep. There's the Jetty Rocks. It's 2,200 feet long, 2,200. My theory is, see, the Marina del Rey is infested with dragons. We don't know why. My theory is that the kinetic energy slamming into the rocks from the waves, these dragons know how to collect the electricity that is being generated, and that's why they're coming in and out of the water. They're using the electricity to recharge. These guys are pretty smart. They're pretty smart. Maybe if we open up communication, they'll teach us how to do that. I would love for us to know how to do that. And they're probably very good at it. But right here, this is what the police and the military are always flying circles around, because they have the thermal cameras. They can see them coming in and out of the water. Again, it's got to be very frustrating. Oh, here I am last year, Long Beach, California. I went to the races. I think it was like a Toyota annual race. I'm standing on the roof of the Hilton, so I'm like 200 feet in the sky. This is a news chopper. If you record helicopters, you've got a really good shot of recording these dragons. So look, I'm 200 feet in the air. Look at this chopper getting tagged. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. Oh, this was also Long Beach. See, when it doesn't have the date stamped, I just know my stuff. This is Long Beach too. Yeah, all the date stamps are, of course, me. Oh, look at this. Nice. How many probably close to 60. So this is what 1 second of video looks like. One second. Yeah. I'd have to watch the original video if it went from down, up from down, or down from up. But nevertheless, you can see how much work it is. Copy, paste, copy, paste.
Really?
But I'm getting it done. I'm getting it done here. Chinook, 2 dragons. Ooh, look at this. This is rare. 5 years ago. Three Chinooks, Marina Del Rey, trying to just looking around. And look what happens 5 years ago. Wow. Consistent. Let's see, that's Orange County, California, Blue Angels. Some guy standing on his roof. Look what he records. He doesn't even know it. I would just I forensically review YouTube video of Blue Angels. I know what I'm looking for. If you want to do this, I could teach you how to do this really quickly. Email me at custodian file or go to my channel. I can teach you how to do this. Here's a very rare. I recorded this dragon. They do have the ability to turn orange. I believe it has something to do with their propulsion. I believe their propulsion is probably connected to helium, because plasma helium with an electric charge turns orange. So I think they're using hydrogen and helium. When it's hydrogen, they're white. When they're orange, it's helium. That's my theory. I could be wrong, but probably not that far from it. This one, just pretend you're not even looking at it. Blue Angels, Chicago. I don't know what this is. So this one's a freebie. I don't even know. If it wasn't for the Blue Angels and it wasn't for Chicago, I wouldn't have interpolated the video. You tell me, is this ET in a spacesuit?
It looks like
Look at the very
person.
top one.
Yeah.
Does it look like R2-D2 Star Wars? Does this look like a dome?
Yes.
Round dome? I don't even know. I've been asking for 5 years. Nobody has a clue. I mean, it's seriously. I mean, what is it? It's, think about this. What, did somebody take off their T-shirt and throw it in the air? Who does that at an air show? Nobody does that at an air show. Nobody. So, but like I said, I don't even want to. That's so far ahead of me. I don't know what to say about it. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's that the dragon interpolated. You can see look at the art. That's crazy. So 2,000 miles an hour. This is not a symmetry. Look at this. You would think it normally would be a symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
What goes up must come down. This came down way too fast. Way too fast. Now there's the original video again. Yeah, there he goes. I have video for all the interpolations. That's how interpolations are created. You have to have the video. Oh, this is pretty good. This is the Edison, California Edison. This is their chopper. This is a guy standing on the outside of the helicopter in an orange jumpsuit with a camera in his hand. There's a buddy sitting next to him, holding him so he doesn't fall forward. And he's with his camera, he's taking a picture of these dragons. Why is Edison here? Because they have really good thermal cameras. These thermal cameras can see the heat trail. So they don't see a black image, they see white dots, white. They look like tracer bullets. You've seen videos of tracer bullets. That's what he's seeing. I would love for them to post their video. Share your video. Come on, everybody out there, all you top secret corporations, share your video. I don't get this. Am I being unrealistic? Share your top secret videos of UFOs. It's a simple concept. What
Really?
is the world going to stop rotating? I I don't follow. Uh, Very predictable. The jetty rocks are right here on the right side. They get tagged all the time right there. LAPD. Let me try to speed it up. Oh, here we go. Non-ballistic. The police are flying in circles, flying. This dragon comes up from the right, pulls up on him from behind, and then shoots away. Look at that.
It's a good shot.
That's a good shot. Yeah. Rare. Rare. These I call these zigzags. These are hard to come by. Very hard to come by. Go ahead, post them if you want. This is one of a kind. This is just one of a kind. I don't know what the propulsion of the UAP was doing at the time. It was incredibly fast. This is not a butterfly. This was so fast. I had to slow it down and slow it down, slow it down. This was just incredibly fast. One of a kind also. Very similar video taken from somewhere else I found on YouTube. Very similar. Look at that. Here we go, tourism, zigzag, ospreys. Look at that. They're doing everything they can. Here is a picture, I believe, Sedona, Arizona. Yeah, Sedona. My viewers, one of my viewers, they're doing what I've instructed, and they're sending me pictures. Just what do we have here? Highway Patrol. Same thing. Now here is one of a kind. You're gonna like this one, Byron. 2018. I'm recording the Black Hawk. That's all I'm doing. I'm recording this Black Hawk. Why am I recording the Black Hawks? Because I know he's going to get tagged. What I did not know is it looks like, based on this video, you see this dragon? It looks like it was shot by an energy weapon. Look how discombobulated it is. It looks like it was T-boned, totally shot out of the sky. And it is struggling. It is struggling to stay airborne. So right here, it gets shot, it descends, it plateaus. So 60 frames a second. So it plateaus for like 5 or 6 frames, which is 1/10 of a second. 1/10 of a second is a blink of an eye. So in real time, if you watch the video, you don't see anything. You don't see any of this. All you see is the Black Hawk. So it gets shot, it's descending, it plateaus. It does obviously some type of mathematical backup and AI backup function to emergency flight. It tries to go online with it. It doesn't work. It plateaus, and then it flies away. Now, really, and this is one of a kind. The amazing part is my roof camera recorded the same thing, but it recorded a second dragon coming in from the right side that's out of frame. I assume the second dragon came in, it helped the first one, and they both flew away. Unbelievable. All this is happening in a fraction of a second. So this guy the Dragon 1 put out a 911, hey, I'm shot, I need help. And literally within 1 or 2 seconds, its buddy comes to its rescue, and they both fly away. Very rare, very rare. What can I say? By the way, that was the first and only video of its kind. I am assuming I have not recorded another video like this because we're not going to get another chance of shooting at these things. I think they adapted to our energy frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they said, that's the last lucky shot you're ever going to get. And that's the last time I recorded a dragon getting shot. Blue Angels, Orange County, California. Look at that. It's just flying along. He's under jet number 6. Look at that.
Wow.
Crazy, crazy. How do I find this? Because I know they're at air shows. They're at air shows. So I watch the Blue Angels and I edit the video and I interpolate it. I know, very time consuming. It's for humanity. It's for a good cause.
Definitely.
Look at this little tiny chopper. This is like one of them pontoons that could just float in the water. He gets tagged by 2 dragons. Go figure that. And I can't figure that. What is their interest? Here's a solo. At least I believe there's no other chopper in the air. Just coming off the ground, taking off. Rare to come by. Here's ABC News chopper. Los Angeles, C Channel 7, ABC News, blue and yellow. Very hard, very, very hard. Again, news people fly with their radar turned off. You can, if you're another helicopter pilot, you are not going to see them on your radar. I don't know. You're just taking your chances, you might say. I don't know how that's legal. I don't know. But nevertheless, he gets tagged by a dragon. Oh, by the way, Byron, ABC News 2 years ago was parked on my street. They did a story about the neighborhood. When they were done, I walked up to the news lady and I gave her this picture. And I said, look, your helicopter got tagged by a UAP. Keep the picture, tell your boss. This is what's going on. So 100%, I gave that information to them. Have they done anything? I don't know how to answer that. But I did put that picture in her hand.
Wow.
Yeah. So later, some people are going to go, Robert, why didn't you try to tell anybody? So I have. I've told the news people, Discovery Channel. I've given it to the Air Force. I've even sat down with one of the intelligence agencies. I won't say which one. One of the intelligence agencies. And I gave them everything I had. So I've told a lot of people. I've told a lot of people. It's not top secret. Why would I want to keep this top secret? I don't follow that logic. Here is a video. I think I found this on YouTube. Look at this thing, just comes in, makes an emergency U-turn, and just lands on the ground. Phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Oh, there's one of my original videos. Yep. Here we go. Carousel and 2 helicopters. With that much activity, you know a dragon's going to fly by. 2 helicopters and a carousel, yeah. Take those odds. The odds are good. You're going to win. Here we go. Here's another non-ballistic or zigzag. I know some of your viewers are like, what? Go ahead.
Do you think these are propelled? Do you think there's any being inside of them, or they're running on automatic, or they're computerized like a robot?
It's funny you should ask that. That was the very, very first question. Remember the intelligence agency I just said? That was the first question they asked. That's funny you should. And yeah, I, I said no, because I told them they're 10 inches. So my assumption is this has got to be AI. It's got to be ET AI. It has to be. But but I tell you what, I don't know a lot about dimensional physics. So maybe 10 inches to a human being is really 100 feet to a UAP.
It could
We don't
be.
know.
Right.
It could
Size
be.
is relative.
I, thank you. You have to compare it to what? And of course, you have to compare physics to physics. You can't use our physics compared to their physics.
Right.
So if I had to guess, I'm going to go it's a robot or a drone, it's AI, but I'm not going to swear on the Bible. There's not a life form in there. I just don't know yet. Area 51. Some guy's at Area 51 standing in the middle of nowhere. He sees three jets. He puts it up the video on YouTube. I'm looking at jet video on YouTube, and there's the Dragon. I can't stress enough, very predictable. And again, I understand if a lot of your viewers are like, no, Robert, this has to be a bug. I respect that. But please watch the evidence. Just watch. What do they say? Follow the science. Just
Bugs
follow the science.
bugs aren't square.
It, they're all over the world. This exact object.
Right.
This is no. It gets better. It gets better. Let me try to speed it up. Here's the Coast Guard again. Let me try to speed it up. Coast Guard getting tagged by two. Look at that. Phenomenal, right?
Right.
Jetty rocks. Fly over the jetty rocks. You're going to get tagged. It's a UAP, 2,000 miles an hour, no sonic boom. Birds, birds get tagged. Very, very predictable. I saw the birds coming from 3 miles out. I record them. When they get over the jetty rocks, see the jetty rocks down here?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get tagged. You're just, it's, if you don't get tagged, I would be very puzzled. I would go, what's going on? That's, how do you explain that? More birds getting tagged. Look at this. Yeah, I think this is SpaceX. Look at this orange dragon right here.
Oh,
Very rare. Very rare. Why do they do that? Why do they turn orange? I don't know, but I believe it has something to do with helium plasma. That's my theory. This is not only next level. This is way beyond next level. I believe that's tourism. Yep. Oh, this is from the old days before 2018. This is with my Sony 1080. I'm recording at 30 frames, so it's slower. That's why it's spaced apart so far. 30 frames. This is what a 30 frame interpolation looks like. But still, this was 2017, around there, 2017. Yeah, from the old days. See the bird? See how easy birds are? There's a bird here. There's a
yeah.
bird here. Birds are easy. Dragons are fast. Dragons are fast. Let me see. I forget where that's at. I'll pass on that one. Banners on in the summertime, May, June. Banners fly up and down the beach. They're pulling banners, cell phones, cars, beer, whatever. They always get tagged. In this case, he got tagged by two dragons, two UAPs. And this is my best
Wow.
one.
Yeah.
Look at that. One of a kind. One of a kind. What is that? About 20 frames up, 20 frames down, 2/3 of a second, 2,000 miles an hour, 2/3 of a second. Who can do that? Who can do that? What are we looking at? Who can do that? That's one of a kind. I wish I can get another one like that.
Really, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. I'm very impressed with that one. So for what it's worth, it's coming off the ground. Logically, at least it does have to slow down to make a U-turn. So this is like 2,000 miles an hour, but by the time it gets right here, based on separation, but it's going about 300 miles an hour at this peak, at the zenith,
Mm-hmm.
300 miles an hour, and then it just rapidly accelerates back to 2,000. This is really badass. I tell you, I personally, I, I don't get jealous of very many things, ironically. Not really. But this, I'm like, wow, I kind of wish I had one. I kind of wish I
Really?
had one here. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay, Chinook. I found this on YouTube. Yeah, that's probably, you see how far it's spaced apart? So that was recorded with a 1080 30 frame. When you watch YouTube, you can find these. Just look at jet video. You'll find these things. But make sure the resolution is higher than 1080. Don't waste your time looking at anything less because you don't have a lot of time to throw away. Channels. Oh, channel 2, CBS News. Sky News, that's CBS Los Angeles News. Comes over Marina Del Rey, gets tagged. Very predictable. A white orb here on YouTube. They're right in front of us. This is the Ukraine thing again. Channel 5. This is a local news station, KTLA Channel 5. Look at that. Comes over. You record, you're going to get more video. And by the way, keep all your dragon video. Give it a name, even if it's just dragon. Put the date and the word dragon. Because I'm guessing 3 or 4 years, news networks, TV networks, they're going to want to purchase your dragon videos. So you want to be able to find them quickly. So give it a date and give it a name. That way you just type in the word dragon, all your videos come up. Real simple. Banners, remember? Banners get tagged. This one got tagged by 2 dragons. That I wish they would explain to me. Why are you using 2 dragons? Okay, so you're doing recon, you're scanning. I get that. But why do you need 2?
Maybe they're
That I
independent.
don't get.
Maybe they're independent and we're attracted to the same thing.
Wow, I like that. So they're flying, really, they're autonomous. They recognize one another, but they don't care what the other guy's thinking.
Right. It's
I like
possible.
that. It's possible.
And it
I
happens
like
quite a
that.
lot.
Yeah, it's kind of a safety feature. If the first guy doesn't make it, the second guy is going to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Wow. Or yeah, like I said, Dragon 1 collects their data, Dragon 2 collects data, then they compare data.
That could be too.
Yeah. Yeah, now that makes sense.
Uh,
Wow. This is
can,
really this, this is beyond amazing. Jeez.
can I ask you about something else right now? We've got about
Yes,
30
sir.
minutes. We've got about 30 minutes left.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I think that people would like to hear about Glenn Jacob Frankenstein.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for asking. Um, So in my pharmacy days, I met this person. It's actually Glenn Falkenstein, and you could look him up. Falkenstein,
Falkenstein. I'm sorry.
F-A-L. That's all right. Falkenstein. Uh, he uh, he never said he was a magician. He called himself a mentalist. Long story short, after you do all the research, he was the world's best mentalist, telepath, and time travel. There was nobody in his category. If you know who Nostradamus is and Ed Casey, two gifted psychics, if you added them together and multiplied it times 100, Glenn could push them down with one finger. It was scary. What Glenn could, he was human, but his gift was non-human. Non-human. And there goes the TV right here. Yeah, non-human. So what does that mean? He was telepathic. He could, Byron, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying, oh, you're exaggerating because he was your friend. I'm not, nothing like that. Real quick, this is my little dog, Frankie, wants to say hello. Hi, hello, everyone.
Hey.
Okay. Glenn could literally, if he was here right now, he could say, Byron, do you have a dollar bill in your pocket? He'll read you the serial number right now, just like that. 100% accuracy, no misses.
Wow.
You do that all day. He'd tell you, it's phenomenal. He'd give you your social security number, your birthday, where your address, where you lived when you were born, the name of the doctor at the hospital who delivered you, the address of the hospital, the social security number of the doctor who delivered. It's just, so the good news is he was in the Air Force, 1948, 1952. This gets good. Iceland. So if you give Glenn a blank piece of paper, just a blank, he was in Iceland. Iceland is where we had our spy department, where we intercepted messages. So messages would come over from the East Coast and they'd go over Iceland and they'd land in Russia or China. And we would intercept it like, okay, we heard a message at 2:30 in the morning, at 3:30 in the morning. And they would just write down on a blank piece of paper, message at 3:30 in the morning. They would give it to Glenn. And Glenn would read the whole message in detail, scary detail. So with 100% accuracy, every single spy message from 1948 to 52 was intercepted in Iceland and was decoded by Glenn. And there's no such thing as Glenn ever saying, I could not decode that message. Impossible. Just impossible. So, and then this is why I say it gets better. When he left the Air Force, this is going to freak you out here. When he left the Air Force in 1952 to fly home, they flew him back to Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. So he got discharged July in 1952, Andrews Air Force Base. What happened in July of 1952? UFOs invaded Washington, D.C. for 3 weeks. Okay? It took 3 weeks to process Glenn's discharge papers. So all those UFOs that we recorded over the White House, they were not there to fly over the White House. They were there to say hello to Glenn. That's who Glenn was. Mm-hmm. That is, you know, they say you're known by the people you hang out with. That was Glenn's level. Those people, these UFOs wanted to hang out with Glenn. They were saying, and how do I know that? Because Glenn, when I took him to dinner and he says, oh, you remember the UFOs in 1952? I go, yeah, but Glenn, how would you know about that? How did you, you're not a UFO expert. He goes, I was there. I thought about that for 25 years. I said, Jesus, they were there to say hello to Glenn. That's all. So you go backwards. He was in Iceland for 4 years. Iceland, they're probably never going to confess, but there must have been UFOs over our Navy base in Iceland every night, every single night over Iceland from 48 to 52. I hope someday through the Freedom of Information Act, somebody finds those records. Yeah. So this is who Glenn Falkenstein is. There was nothing. Time travelers would come and visit him just to say hello and leave. He told me a little bit about that too. So that's why I take the time to bring him up. In 1995, Glenn said, hey, I'll tell you everything you want to know about UFOs. But I was very busy running a pharmacy, running a business. And I said, later, not now, Glenn, later. So back in 2017, I thought about it. I said, you know, I should have said yes in 1995. I should have said yes. And then that's when all this started happening in 2017. All this. And Glenn passed away in 2010, but occasionally he still gives me information. Occasionally. And I have a couple of things I still, you might say, want to cash in on. He gave me some information about a very serious crime. And I told the police, I gave the police the information, and they did solve the case. There is a reward of $300,000. And I am requesting that that money be donated to Children's Hospital because Glenn would support children's charities. So that's ongoing. That's ongoing. They did solve a very serious case. And the other one that's still time tested is he told me where a treasure is buried, a very large, $50 million in gold.
Wow.
So if there are any serious treasure hunters, I will share the information with you. We'll do this live on live TV, and the treasure will be there. The treasure will be there. So the guy's the real deal. Of course, there's 10,000 questions I should have asked him. I never did. I don't know why I didn't. It's just, I kick myself in the butt every day. Like, why didn't you ask this? Why didn't you ask who built the pyramids? Everything. What killed the dinosaurs? How long ago did the dinosaurs live? Just everything about them. How did the dinosaurs get here? Etc. How many other life forms besides humans ever lived on Earth? How long ago did that happen? So that's who Glenn Falkenstein was. In the future, if you want, Byron, we can do a test. We can ask your viewers to just telepathically, hey, Glenn, show us a sign. If you're here, show us a sign. And I think he will. I think your lights will flash. Something will happen. You'll hear a noise. The TV right now is typing exactly, unbelievable. It's typing exactly what I just said.
Oh.
This is crazy. I would normally be recording that as proof, but Byron, I have so much video already. You just have to take my word for it. Yeah, this is amazing. Whatever this is. Let's shoot through some more. The president, 3 Ospreys, and 2 Marine ones. Look, over Marina Del Rey. I don't know how much clearer can I make it. You fly over Marina Del Rey, you're going to get tagged. This is a twin dragon. It doesn't matter. My first video was 2014. The president got tagged. So it doesn't matter. It's just there are not exceptions, no exceptions. If you obviously they're reconning, and I would assume they're protecting something right here in Marina del Rey. So when you fly over, they're like, "What do you want?" They want to know who you are because they're protecting something, probably in the ocean.
Maybe it's their
They
base.
probably have a base. They probably have a base underwater. 30 miles away is the Malibu anomaly, underwater structure. And before you get to that, you're going to have to go through these guys. So as long as you don't have any uh, negative intent, they'll leave you alone. But you're going to get recon. So how do we know it's not DARPA? Because DARPA would not be flying these things
Mm-mm.
in front of our president. Not a chance.
Mm-mm.
Not a chance. Here's a rare one. Depending on
Wow.
your camera, depending on the software of your camera, you can see a little bit of that orange. You can see a little bit of the orange. I know some of you are saying, no, that's a bee, Robert. Bees are orange. Yeah, don't be fooled. Don't fall for that. Very hard to come by. This video is hard to come by. So let me speed it up here because here's a really good one. Oh my God, look at this. Look how mechanical. Look at this one right here. Look how mechanical that is. Again, those are plasma jets. That's how they steer, at least steer. I don't know if that's their propulsion, but that's how they steer. What's going on here is to the left, the Coast Guard is parked in the water. And they asked the LAPD to fly in and help them. And I was recording the Coast Guard, and when I saw the LAPD come in, I knew it would get tagged. So I turned my camera onto the LAPD quickly, and sure enough, this thing just came out of the sky. There you go, lucky. Does that look unbelievable? I mean, to me, that is pure mechanical, whatever that is. This is a mechanical device. Eerie, very eerie. Come on, Frankie. Here's an excellent one too. I'm recording an airplane that's out of frame, and here comes a Dragon. 4500 Lincoln Boulevard, Marina del Rey, August 18, June 8th, 2018. June 8th, 2018. It's flying down the high voltage lines. These brown, these are called Brown Thompson ceramic insulators. They are 10 inches in diameter. Thomas Brown ceramic insulators. To me, the silhouette in this is about the same, so that's how I base my 10 inches. Look at
Makes
these
sense.
things coming down coming down the 34,500 voltage lines, high powered, 34,000. They are recharging via induction. If you are hanging around high voltage lines, you are recharging. I'm sorry, the logic is real simple. If you're at a gas station, you're getting gas.
Right.
If you're at a Tesla charge station, you're recharging with electricity. These guys are running on electricity. Induction. That's my logic. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but if you have better video, please share it with us. Please share your video. A bird. I interpolated a bird. Here's a dragon. Who is this one? Channel 5. Channel 5 News. Here's the Seahawk again over Marina del Rey. Yep, slowed it down. Here comes the dragon. Look at that. Even in slow motion, it's hard to see. Two ospreys, jetty rocks getting tagged. Apache here. Boy. Here's a dragon on YouTube. Guy's cutting down his tree. He puts it the video on, and a dragon flies by. Very common. Very common. Two dragons. Who is this? I think that's the police. Just very common. Black Hawk. No, that's a Seahawk. That's a Seahawk again. That's a Navy Seahawk. Again, these things hunt submarines. What are they doing here? There are no Russian submarines here in the Marina Del Rey. Sheriff Black Hawk. That's concerning. Gonna jump on someone's roof. That's concerning. Again, right here, just on YouTube. I forget, helicopter, dragons. These might be helicopters too. More helicopters turning. See when the helicopter's turning? He's right over the jetty rocks. This is the exact spot in the sky. When they come in and they bank to the left, that's when it happens. That's when it happens. 22 Ospreys, yeah, a couple of years ago. Very predictable, very predictable. So the military is doing everything they can. Absolutely. They've sent in every aircraft we have. The Ospreys, the Apaches, the Black Hawks, the Coast Guard, Lakotas from Barstow, California. Everything you can imagine is here. Here's a nice one. I believe that is the CHP, California Highway Patrol. I couldn't interpolate this right here because they were too close together. They were just way too close. See how it's under the helicopter? There's his camera.
Right.
They flew right up to his camera. They're looking at his camera. They're saying, hey, you're here to take our picture. Here we are. It's as simple as that. Here we are. They have some really good video. I really think they need to volunteer their video. Just put it out there. You know, no one's going to get fired. Those days are behind us. If you have these videos, you work for the government, you're not going to get fired. If you get fired, you're going to collect $10 million in a lawsuit. You're not going to get fired. Just put the video out there. Same thing up close. Oh, did you see the bird? Look, see the bird right here? Birds are easy. That bird's way out there. It just flew very close to the camera. Yeah. Banners get tagged all the time. All the time. Here's the Earth drone. Thank you. So my neighbor is flying an Earth drone, as you can see. I quickly turned on my camera. I was in a panic because I knew I didn't have much time. I turned it on, and within 10 seconds, look what flies by. That's an Earth drone, right? Can you agree? That looks like an Earth drone?
Definitely.
What the hell is this flying by it? That looks like the thing coming down Lincoln Boulevard on the power lines.
It does.
I mean, really, I get it. If this is hard, I know this is a brand new science. I get it. It's novel, it's nascent, I get it. I'm not asking you to jump on board right now, but think about what is going on. I have too much videos all over the world. They're all over YouTube. You can do this yourself. When you're outside, record helicopters, record Earth drones, balloons. Unbelievable. I really like this one. Now you say, well, Robert, why don't you just get an Earth drone and record more videos like this? Because I live within 5 miles of an airport and it's illegal to fly an earth drone.
Right.
I'm not going to fly it. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. So, but if somebody has an earth drone, just record it. Record it for a minute. There it is. What could that be? Is it a butterfly? Is it a pigeon? It happened within 10 seconds. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Because it takes, it takes a few seconds to turn on the camera. Fire department. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, let me tell you why. So see this one? It's at eye level with the helicopter, horizontal, okay? Well, my roof camera is 40 feet above me, above my balcony, and my roof camera recorded this. So my roof camera is looking down on it. Let me see if I have that picture. So just remember this, Dragon. Don't even think about the vertical. Think of the horizontal. The horizontal is at the parallel with the fire department. Let me see if I have my. Okay, I don't know if it will come up. But here's a Canada F-22 air show. Look what's flying with at the air show in Canada, 2017. Can we agree the sky is blue? Can we
Yes.
agree that this is a F-22?
I
Can we
think
agree
so.
whatever this is in the same focus of an F-22?
Yes.
This is not blurry.
Mm-mm.
What's flying? And this is not a Dragon. This is between. It's hard to say, of course, but at least 20 or 40 feet in diameter. What is going on? What is going on? This is all on video. Highway Patrol. The Highway Patrol here, by the way, is escorting the Vice President. So she's on the ground in a car. He's escorting the Vice President. So he's reconning the Vice President, and he's getting reconned by dragons. You're like, some of you are saying, that's so ridiculous, Robert. How could you even say that? That's so ridiculous. Because I have 4,000 videos.
Makes total sense. Robert,
What can I tell you? Yes, sir.
it's
Okay.
time to close down. This was very interesting. I hope we can do some more taping.
Okay, you got it. You got it. I understand. I got to call it a day over here too. All right, super. Well, thank you very much for having me on. It was a lot.